We made it! We made it! We made it! We have finally finished this bathroom. And the 6-week project was the best 7 months of the last 2 years? All this to say is, this was supposed to take, maybe 6 weeks, if that, and not full weeks, just, 6 weeks, 6 weekends. And yeah, I've completed it now after starting it like a year ago. Because I would just get to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. I'm gonna wait and do this part this time and this part this time. So I'm so excited that this bathroom is finally done. I love how it's come out. I am gonna share with you all the pricing. I will link everything down below. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you were to click on that link and decide to buy anything, then that would help out the channel, and I appreciate that, but it would be no additional cost to you. I didn't buy anything that I'm going to link because of being an Amazon affiliate. All these things I have already bought, plan to use, and if you are interested in them now, you have the ability to find them. I've enjoyed everything that I have purchased, and they have all held up very well. But again, I am not doing it, or I did not buy these things purposely just to be able to link them, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go through the cost of this bathroom and highlight all the things that I did in the bathroom. If you're wanting to see me actually do everything that I am showing, then I will link up the videos where I am actually doing all of these things. We'll start with all the line items, and I'll show you close up what each of those items look like. When it comes to paint, we bought a total of 2 cans of paint in order to paint all the walls in this space, and so that equaled $100. Then the caulk was for 2 different caulks, a total of $20. The paint roller, painter tape, all of that stuff, I included that as well. And we have hardware, so the hardware is what went on the cabinets. I am not going to link the hardware for the drawers because I am not impressed with that whatsoever. With regard to the screws that came with it, that was a nightmare. The screws were breaking inside of the drawer, and they were, like, I wasn't able actually to screw them on with the screws that were provided. So I had to go to Lowe's and get different screws. So I am not going to link that. They look nice on, but the screws that come with them are absolutely horrid, and I would not recommend those. So the hardware was in total $23, and then the faucets that we put in over the sinks on each side, those for each of them was $49.99, so in total $9.99. And then the lights that we put in above, they each individually were $85.58, so in total $171.16. I am going to tell you how much the flooring was, but I'm not actually going to include that in the price because I'm counting that as what we did because we plan to renovate this in the future. So I'm going to count that as like renovation cost of the bathroom, not just updating costs of the bathroom. But I will tell you how much the flooring was. It was $1,000 to take out all the flooring and put in all the new flooring, and that's because there was actually concrete under the original flooring, and that had to be taken out, and then we had to put subflooring in before we could put the hardwood floor in. So that was a nightmare in itself, but that's why it ended up being a little bit more expensive. The door hardware was $20. The shower system, which we absolutely love the shower system, it has worked great. That shower system we have in our master bathroom and also in the kids' bathroom, and that was $112. Tape for the mirror, honestly, this was the best upgrade that you could do in literally any bathroom, is do this tape on the mirror. So I'll show you up close what it looks like, but it actually looks to the eye like it is framed in wood. And this is a way cheaper way to do that than to actually, they have frames that you can buy and put together, or you could put a frame like with actual wood yourself. That's way more work and costs way more, at least $100, if not $200, depending on how big the size of the mirror is, versus this tape was $7.99 for one roll, and that's all I needed. And that project took me 10 minutes to do. It's very easy to do. So highly recommend that tape. Then we have the toilet paper holder, which was $16. The shell that I put in there was $25. Hooks for the towels were $7.99. The towel holder, unfortunately, I can tell you how much I paid for mine, which was $32, but I couldn't find my exact one. So I linked another one that was similar if you guys are interested, because they're kind of hard to find when you just search like towel holder. And I wish that they still had available the one that I use, because I absolutely love it. It's been great, but unfortunately they don't have that anymore, because again, it's been a long time since I bought that and installed that. So I'm not surprised. The shower door handles, so they were 22 a piece, and there was a total of 2, so 44. Window privacy, so we used to have on this window, and again I'll show you up close, on this window we used to have blinds, and I didn't like that the blinds basically took out all the light, but this window faces the street, so you can't just have, you know, it open, then everyone's going to see you naked. So I put on window clings, which were very easy to put on, and it adds a lot of light to the space and makes the space look more luxurious without, you know, concern of privacy basically. Then the flusher on the toilet, which was very easy to replace, that was only $5. The shower and cabinet paint that we had, that was $35 for each little tub, which the tubs actually last, or there's a lot in there even though it's a small tub, so $35 for, you know, the small tub of paint almost kind of seems ridiculous if you think about like the big paint. Like the other paint was $50 for like, you know, a huge gallon, right? And this is just a small little thing. I tell you what, a little goes a long way. I have painted the cabinets in here, the vanity cabinets in here, and I also painted the vanity cabinet in my son and daughter's bathroom. I painted both of those with that same paint and still have a ton of paint left over. And then with the black paint that I used, I painted the shower, I painted the, you know, faucet, but I've also painted all of our handrails, which I will show you what that looks like. I painted all of those with that same paint, and there's still paint left. So a little does go a long way. I'm very impressed with that paint. So I will link the paint as well as the paintbrush and the cleaning wipes that I showed you, because I feel like those did really allow the paint to stick very well. And I'll show you that the paint is holding up extremely well on the inside. There's not been any sort of peeling or coming off or anything like that. And remember, we've had this paint on here for at least 6 months now, 4 to 6 months is when, no, it's been 6 months, because I had painted this actually before my dad passed away. And that was 6 months ago. And I remember him saying like, oh, do you really think that's a good idea? That's likely just going to come right off. And then that's not been the case. So it has stayed on very well. I've not had any issues with that. And then the power grip that I used to put this on here more securely, that was for 2 of them. It was $12.
Editing Rachel here. I just realized I completely forgot to add in the cost of the panels for the accent wall that is right behind me. So the panel cost was $8.97 per panel, and we ended up using 2 in order to get all the cut. In total, that would be $19.20 with tax, and I will update the total cost at the end.
The battery light that, oh, you can't see it, but I mean, I will show you, but that battery powered light, which I really like, it's on a timer. I haven't had to charge it yet, although I don't use it a lot, but it looks really nice at night. That was $26.39. So for everything to make this bathroom possible, this bathroom update, remodel, whatever you want to call it, was $835.09. But if we include the floor, it would be $1,800. Again, I'm not including the floor because I am counting that as that is the amount that will go towards actually completely gutting this bathroom. So eventually the plan will be to take this tub out, take out the shower, expand the shower this way and out this way, take out the vanity, put in a new vanity, take off the mirror, put in individual mirrors. So we plan to do that eventually at some point, but we're really going to start focusing on doing the basement. So we're going to start seeing videos come up about what that's going to look like. So I'm planning on doing a video with regard to organizing the basement, because right now it's a hot mess and we can't finish it right now because of the amount of stuff that's down there. So I'm going to do like a shared organizing video and getting that prepped, and then you're going to start seeing videos roll in of us actually starting to finish the basement. So I'm so excited about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this series. Let me know in the comments down below, what was your favorite thing that I did? Or what thing did I do that you're like, I would never do that, and that maybe wasn't the best idea? I would love to hear your thoughts. Either way, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!